Hi there guys, it's Chris here, and in this video we're going to go through the best strategy games out on Switch currently. Now I've tried to keep this list as comprehensive and as varied as possible, narrowing it down to my absolute top 7 picks. So before we jump in, drop a like, subscribe and turn on that bell if you want to be updated with new videos. Okay, I'm gonna skip any of the fluff talk and just dive right into my top recommendations, kicking it off with a great choice here. And this game is a classic strategy going by the name of Triangle Strategy. So this is a modern strategy title from Square Enix, and this one is a lot more retro in its styling, a throwback to the days of Final Fantasy Tactics, with a mature and slowly told story that is punctuated by pitched battles on a grid. You control a range of troops, often outnumbered, and aim to turn the tides of battle to your favor. It's got some very fun dialogue and branching choices to make, and it's a simple but very fun and rewarding battle system. The pros of this game I really like. The story is really good. It has fun decision-making mechanics, and I also personally like that nice retro modern aesthetic as well. The cons are it can be a little bit self-serious given how the game does look, but it is a rewarding and fun to play strategy game. The next one on my list is gonna go to Into the Breach. This is an amazing, brilliantly simple strategy game that starts simple but really has a lot of depth to it. So this strategy game, although simple looking on the surface, is a bit of a beast in which you attempt to fight off giant bugs that are invading the crumbling cities of the ruined world. It's fast paced and really simple, but as you start fighting with more units and against more enemies, it becomes a kind of a mind bender. The simplicity of its system makes it easy to learn, but Into the Breach is a genius bit of design thanks to the way those systems scale up to really complex heights. So the pros of this is it is very simple, but also has a lot of possible complexity to it as well. And combining these 2 points actually make it fairly addictive. And the cons are probably goes to the aesthetics. I think it could look a little bit nicer, but still a lot of fun. The next one on my list, we're gonna step it up here as far as how games look, and this is gonna go to Valkyria Chronicles 4, a great game of war that blends real-time action with some story thrown in as well. So the latest Valkyria Chronicles game brings its blend of real-time and turn-based combat into a new time period with new characters to get to know and a mysterious war-torn story to explore. There are some changes to its combat to make it a bit more modern, and a new unit class to try out as well. It's got a great formula that it sticks to, making this a really great entry in a series that already has a cult following. So the pros of this game, I would say, is that first of all, as I said, it looks really great. It's also a very fun story combined with really excellent gameplay. But those of you who have played Valkyria Chronicles games before, you might say that one of the cons is it doesn't really innovate much. It stays pretty loyal to what you can expect. The next one on my list is going to go to a real-time action strategy game, and this is the Diode Chronicle. So a great real-time battler that lets you really take direct control in this one. So this is a really interesting title from Square Enix because unlike many of the other options out there, it's a real-time strategy. You control units as they move around, not on a turn-based system. There's quick pausing for more intuitive planning, of course, but it makes the flow of a battle very different. There's also a fun, engaging story to play through that doesn't outstay its welcome like a lot of games like this. There's plenty of strategic depth as well with its rock, paper, scissors system, which is used to good effect to keep battles balanced and interesting. So the pros of this, it's a real-time strategy. If you're into that, you're gonna find it very fun. The controls very intuitive and also a concise running time. The cons are, some might say, it is a little bit on the generic side. The next one on my list is gonna be my top pick for sort of a comedy option, and this is gonna go to Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, a very funny and quirky and surprisingly deep strategy title. So the team up we never knew we needed has more to give in this excellent sequel, which smooths over some of the rough edges from Kingdom Battle. You can now move more freely on your turn without worrying about accidentally wasting a move, and things once again gets surprisingly deep the more you play. And this is all told with a real sense of humor, and this is the perfect strategy game for someone new to the genre since it has a really gentle learning curve as well. So the pros of this: great look and feel, genuinely funny, and also surprisingly deep, much deeper than you would expect. The cons are, it is a little bit slow to start. And the next one on my list is going to be my recommendation for a classic tactics game, and this is Tactics Ogre Reborn. So a clever, dedicated remix of one of the most beloved and influential strategy games ever. Tactics Ogre Reborn tells a classic war story about the Valkyria Isles. You play a young warrior thrust into the conflict, and the choices you make can have a major impact on the game's ending. This remaster has cleverly updated gameplay elements to feel more modern, although the core tactical combat has aged so well that the tweaks aren't really massive, as they didn't need to be. With full voice acting and a memorable plot, this game, as well as the story, is definitely something to experience. And the pros are classic story, impressive tactical depth, and a real gritty dialogue. The cons are, or the cons for some, is that it might be a little bit too challenging for some of you out there. And the final one on my list is going to be my recommendation, probably my best overall as far as strategy itself goes, and this is going to go to Fire Emblem Engage. This is an excellent strategy game that looks miles ahead of the last Fire Emblem title, especially in the visual department. So Engage is the latest Fire Emblem game, and while it's hugely hard to pick between it and the older three houses, the massive visual upgrade gives Engage the edge. It has absolutely superb strategy battles to offer up across a range of battlefields. The story surrounding things is a little flimsy, but there are some fun characters and moments to enjoy in a laid-back way. The game really does look and sound great though, and Three Houses stands as an alternative option if you want to play something a little grittier. So the pros of this is this great strategy, really second to none. It also has a really fun story, and its replayability is second to none as well. The cons are, it can get a little frustrating and maybe overly difficult in some places. Alright guys, so those are my top 7 strategy picks on the Switch. If you do have any questions, drop them below, and also let me know your favorite strategy games that you think deserve to be on this list. And if you found value, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.